we're currently recording this like exactly a week after we saw it. And it's mostly, I needed that week to process it. Because I was furious. I mean, you can...
yeah.
We were, I mean, we were both angry, but I was furious.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hate it. And I want to be... Because I've been very, like, accepting of everything. Like, generally, like, when people are like, oh, there's, like, a reboot, or, like, there's a sequel to something, like, people... I feel like a lot of people get very judgmental if it's something that they love a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to be as open-minded about this entire thing as much as possible. And I felt like I was doing an okay job. And then Confessions came out. And now I'm really struggling to like this movie series. And maybe I'm also just frustrated that now we have to wait another 6 months for the next movie to come out.
Yeah.
And, you know, time is fleeting. We'll be here before we know it. But it's getting so frustrating.
Yeah, it really is.
So,
I think we should address the biggest problem first, which is Mako.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Well, OC character.
OC, Mary Sue self-insert.
I was okay with her-ish the first two movies. I thought she was really cute in the second movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was liking, like, her interactions with the girls. I thought that was not that bad.
No,
but it's now getting to the point where I think, at least I was fearing, where, like, it is very obvious that she's just, like, self-insert character, OC do not steal.
Yeah. Well, and that, I think that they could make it work, what am I trying to say? Like, self-insert doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Even if they kind of took it from the perspective of, like, hey fans, do you want to be, like, if her part was minor enough.
Yeah.
If she was supporting the characters that we grew up with and wanted to see.
She's
not. Yeah.
Because she has OPmon. Like, we're gonna come and literally destroy everything. Literally.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we were watching it, there was a group of us, and we were counting all the ways that Mako is a Mary Sue. Like, she's super shy and clumsy and awkward, and she has, like, the most OC-looking Digimon ever. We're, like, way over-designed.
Yeah.
The stupid things that come out of her, and, like, and of course she's a cat. And, like, and she's champion level at her base form, just like Gatomon, so she's even more powerful than normal, but she acts like a rookie, because of course she's simple and kawaii, and Mekomon draws, and she's like, this is my OC, and just like, she's a transfer student,
and she's good at, well, I assume she's probably really smart, and she's so shy, but she gets along with everybody.
But, and TK. So, TK keeps hitting on me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but at this point, I think TK would, like, hit on anything.
Fair enough.
So, that's not a compliment. So,
no, I'm just saying, like, we were going through and listening to things, like, these are all the things I know.
I know. I'm just... I'll take a dig at TK anytime I can. So
it's okay. I understand. But yeah. Mako just... It's starting to get to the point where she doesn't have enough character on her own to warrant the amount of screen time that she's getting.
And they just tried so hard in this movie to... So, like, the first movie was, like, establishing, okay, here's our original 8 again. Here's what they're up to. Here's their Digimon back. We're gonna see them all Digivolve, because we know that's what you want. We're gonna throw in little bits of plot. And then second movie, they're like, oh, well, okay, so we have that new character, let's have her interact with them, and have her Digimon interact with the other Digimon, have antics, very little plot, fun. It's a fun movie, but there's not so much substance there. And then they were like, they got to the third movie and they were like, oh crap. we're halfway through, and we don't have anything.
Yeah.
And then so they were just like, okay, so this is like a 2-hour movie. Let's just dedicate 30 minutes of it to this garbage character. And it's like, okay, that's totally why I'm here. That's cool. I'm starting to get angry again. So alright. So, yeah, so totally worth my time.
Yeah.
And just, yeah, continue.
Oh,
Continue.
okay. What else about Mako? It was like, so of course her Digimon is the one who is gonna destroy everything, and you know we get that flashback of when she first met Makomon, which I guess there wasn't enough story for the amount of progression they were trying to make. I still don't understand like who Makomon is, how she got infected, you know, why she and Mako are partners, and when that happened. The flashbacks just, I feel like it just served to be, look how cute, like here's tiny Mako. But the way the flashback was presented made it look like Makomon was infected even then. So it's like, well, did Makomon force herself as a partner onto Mako? Because she came to Mako as a champion, as opposed to like all the other kids finding their Digimon.
Which also means that she's very old.
That's true. That's true.
Because Gadamon's very old.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you digivolve and can retain champion, that means that you're very old and you have like the energy to stay that way, especially without a partner.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because Gadamon didn't have a partner before he met Hikari, so. So yeah, that's like all on them, and it's very difficult to do that. So she's been around for a while, and which we will probably maybe touch upon a little bit later. But
yeah, I guess they're just not answering the biggest question I have, which is why is Makomon so important? They keep reassuring us that Makomon is super important, but they're not telling us why.
Yeah. Like the one thing that we learned in this movie is the fact that it's like, well, she's the catalyst for the reboot.
Yeah.
And it's okay, like one of the most frustrating parts about this movie is that I feel like we're purposefully being egged on. Like, it just feels like they're so afraid of losing our attention throughout these movies that they are purposefully retaining information.
Yeah.
I think it's getting to that point, and that's where it's getting really frustrating to watch. Yeah. Where we aren't getting answers to things before we're getting more questions to come up. Yeah. Like, I feel like very few things have been answered. And two kids. But like it's yeah, and like that's like a big one where it's just like, okay, so we still don't really know. We didn't know why she was infected or what the big deal was, but now we know that she's part of a reboot. But why? So it's just like,
but what is the reboot?
Yeah,
like,
what?
I still don't understand.
There have to be a reboot?
I don't. Again, that's.
I think we're jumping ahead on that one, though.
Yeah. I had another a Makomon. Sorry, I lost it. I need to get it back. No, it's okay. What were we talking about? It's just like she's. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Like we find out in this movie, all we really find out is that Makomon is the catalyst, but they like use that as a dramatic reveal like 5 times or something like that. Because Daigo says it in the first 5 minutes. It was in that preview clip at the end of the dub in theaters.
Yeah,
that was like
it was.
Daigo opens Confessions talking to Maki, and he's like, "So Makomon is the reason behind all this?" And she's like, "Yeah." But then they do that same revelation again, like Izzy figures out that Makomon is the catalyst. He's like shocked, and then Izzy tells the other kids that Megalon is cats, and they're supposed to be shocked. And as the audience, it's just like, but we know,
but we
know this,
and also I don't care. Like,
well, yeah,
if I'm being honest here, like,
yeah. So while they're trying to tell all the story while simultaneously not giving us any information, they pull my least favorite thing in storytelling, which is misunderstandings or lack of communication, I guess. Because the Digimon have a super secret meeting under the bridge, and Maki tells them that there's going to be a reboot, which could potentially wipe all their memories. This seems like essential information to relay to Izzy, who is the only one
doing anything. By the way,
yeah,
best character of Try, probably,
right?
Like, definitely. He's the only one doing anything. So
yeah, so Izzy's like literally working day and night trying to come up with a solution. Yeah. And nobody thinks none of the Digimon think this would be a good idea to tell him this information. So instead, they all go back to their...
Aren't they like all worried that like if we tell Izzy, he's gonna stress out more? Is that...
Oh,
is that like
was that the reason? I wouldn't be surprised if that was the reason.
I can't remember. Yeah, I think that's why like Tentomon was like, we can't do that.
I think you're right. Yeah.
It's like, but you know that he's the only one that can save you guys. Like
that, and Izzy has the crest of knowledge. He likes to know things.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, I don't... See, I was already too angry at this point in the movie. I was angry after about minute 10. And it didn't go away for the rest of the movie. So, all of the parts that people are like, oh, it was so sad. Like, I cried like 3 times. I was stewing too much to like even feel sad about things, which really, that part makes me sad because I wanted to feel more, because even though they were kind of hammy, like the scenes with like Patamon and like Takeru were like really, really good, and like they were really sad, but I was already at the point where I hated everything about the idea of the reboot. I hated everything about them glossing over the O2 kids. And I hated everything just about all the Mako stuff that we were getting. And I just couldn't find myself caring about what was happening.
Yeah.
Because I knew that they were going to mess something up. And they did.
Yeah.
So... like, I don't even know where I was going with that. I just had a sidetrack into the fact that I was mad.
I felt the same way, especially because, well, I don't think I was quite as angry as you were at that point. Like,
I definitely lost all emotional capacity for anything else besides anger.
You were just like, just sitting like stewing like at the screen. I was like, yeah. But like I was at the other end where like I was feeling literally nothing,
which is probably worse.
Nothing.
Probably worse.
Yeah. So like they're having all these scenes with the Digimon just want to spend one last time. Like the ones that got me the most were Agumon and Gatomon, because Gatomon's like, let's go.
Like Gatomon.
Oh, Gatomon's was perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Like she's always been the best Digimon character in terms of story. Like she just got lucky. They gave her a lot of story.
Yeah.
But and she's like, I want to go shopping and take pictures and have ice cream. I was like, that was the one that got me closest to crying.
Yeah.
And especially
I do like Gomamon's a lot too.
Gomamon's so sweet, where he's like,
I want to meet your girlfriend.
I want to meet your girlfriend. Yeah,
that one was really cute.
That was really sweet.
Like I felt like they were all. I know that you said that. It's cliche, and it is a little bit forced, all of those scenes, but like I definitely like if it was any other circumstance, if like these were just like, if these happened like before the end of the first season of Digimon, like that would have been it would be like Tamer's level of like destruction.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I would be on the floor crying and weeping. Because, like, it's so, like, I love that, like, Gabumon asked Matt to play the harmonica one more time. And, like, I do love everything. I love every scene with them. I love the things that they asked for because they were very specific to each character and their relationship with their partner. I like that a lot. I just hated that it was in this movie. Yeah. It was a waste. And it was... Because I don't think that the end result was worth it. So...
No. Well, like... I'm sorry, did you have anything else to add?
No, I'm
okay.
So
no, it's
next.
okay. I was just gonna say, like, just to be clear, like, I don't think it's necessarily bad that it's it's cliche and it was a little overdone, but I'm not always opposed to cliche or even to hammy. It's just like you said, they didn't earn it. Like like. It would only have worked, I think.
It didn't earn it. Sorry to interrupt.
Okay. Yeah.
It didn't earn it because... Okay, so we've known about the infection basically since the first movie.
Yeah.
But it escalated so quickly in the third movie that we didn't have time to process it. And none of the other characters had time to process it.
Yeah, exactly.
So how am I supposed to feel something that didn't have a gradual build-up?
Right.
Like... If they had all gotten infected since the first movie, and it was something that they were dealing with during that entire time, but then you know they have more time to solve the problem, so then this crap learning didn't happen. But it's just it lost a lot of the emotion that it could have had because it was so quick.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I was gonna say, like, it's not hard to get me to feel something.
Oh yeah, I cry all the time at everything.
Yeah. So,
like, it is not hard for me to cry at shows and movies and stuff. I'm very easy.
Right, and like you were saying, like, they didn't, they weren't working at this problem, even though they knew it was a problem. Like, Izzy built that safe room, but I think that was the most of it that he had seen up till this point. Until he works his fingers to the bone, and like even without knowing about the reboot, he still comes up with a solution for it. Izzy for president 2K16.
Yeah,
but
seriously.
Like that level of Noel used to go. He says maudlin. That level of like, it's your last day on Earth. What are you gonna do with it? Only would have worked if they had been doing everything in their power up until that point.
Which is including talking to their partners. Like,
I think those scenes, they could have worked fine, like, as they were, if everyone had known about it. Let's say, like, everyone knew about it, and the kids were like, well, we have to find a solution, we have to stop it, and the Digimon were just like, no, I just want to enjoy the last day I have with you.
That would have
made
a huge difference.
Right?
It really would have. You're right.
You're right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I like that so much better.
Because like you said, one of the most effective scenes were the ones with Takeru and Patamon. Because Takeru knew that something was wrong with Patamon. So like when he's holding
and I
Patamon,
actually really like the fact that he didn't tell anybody as well.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
From TK's perspective, I can understand because,
and that is actually probably one of my favorite scenes from the movie, is when him and Matt hug.
Oh, that was the only part.
Yeah, that actually almost got me, because just like the animation for like that one scene, like I just loved, like it just felt like very real.
It felt so real.
So like
so real.
I liked that, and I'm okay with him not saying anything, because that's a very, especially with him, because he's already lost Patamon before, so it's like it's even extra hard for him, and he doesn't want I think he would feel like he failed again.
Yeah, yeah.
So, like, I'm totally okay with that. But it's just everything.
Yeah. Well, that moment, like, mentioned where Matt pulls TK into his arm, just the way he does it, like you said, the animation is just brilliant. It's like you feel the brotherly connection between them.
You feel the weight behind like the embrace.
Yeah.
Like
the physical weight. I mean,
yeah. Like it's just I like that.
Yeah. It was the only time while we were watching the movie that I actually felt something, and I was like, wow. And that's just the animation. Like, there's no dialogue in that moment, no sound. Yeah. Plus, what else I think helps is that the way TK is animated crying, he's animated very much like a little kid. Yes. Just wailing. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh man, thinking about it is actually kind of making me a little bit.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But
well, and those scenes, like I was saying, the other scenes that I felt like really were effective were when Takeru and Patamon were alone in his room, and like he was holding Patamon.
I did almost cry at that.
Right?
I did almost cry at that too.
Well, because they almost presented it like helping someone through a panic attack or something, and it feels like it just had a lot of emotional weight behind it. So,
there is. So it wasn't. I'm not saying that I didn't feel any emotion. I'm just saying that I could have had so much more.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been crying through that entire 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
No lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because that's what I do. And I didn't even get a single tear. I got close. But it's just because everything else that was just accumulating around it was just like making me so mad. Yeah. So, I mean, do you want to talk about the reboot now?
Yeah.
Or, okay, it's dumb. Like,
boom. Period. That's
all right.
It. We're done.
Are we done with the video now? Like, because I don't understand why we need to, I mean, okay, we still have 3 movies left. You have 3 movies to explain something, which we probably won't find out until the last 20 minutes of the 6th movie. Calling it right now.
I don't doubt you.
I really hope it doesn't happen like that. But like, I just don't understand what the purpose of it is. Like, I guess if we start theory modding here, like we can come up with a reason for it, and we might actually, get some darts into the board.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, some of the things that we've been theorizing before are actually right. Like, hey, Kaiser wasn't the Kaiser. And, there being 3 separate worlds. There's 3 separate worlds. So, like, there's definitely a couple... I'm glad that we waited a week to do this, because we've been able to see... Like, I like coming up with theories with you on our own.
Yeah.
And you definitely came up with a good one. And then I managed to stumble across another YouTube video, and I'm sorry, I forget his name. But combined with your theory and his theory, I can feel like I can salvage a respect for Try, but right now it's severely shaken. So I just... The thing about the reboot as it stands, as we see now, it completely... I just hate the idea of it negating everything.
Negating everything. That's what pisses me off the most. It's just...
Like, we went through 100 episodes of character development between, the first series and the second series, and we just effectively erased half of the canon.
Yeah.
More than half of the canon. And this is specifically a thing where they said that this is in canon of O2. So I know that they have some explanation for this. I know that it will be expressed eventually, okay? Because it has to follow the epilogue of O2.
Yeah.
But I still just, I don't.
But meanwhile, while we're waiting for all these questions to be answered, now we have to rebuild these connections that we had built over the past 100 plus episodes.
That's the frustrating part. Is now we have to spend all this time doing that character development again. And I don't understand how that's beneficial at all.
It's not. And that's
you can have a story without having to do that. I don't understand why you have to do it.
Well, that's what I don't understand. That's why I'm having trouble coming up with theories as to why a reboot was necessary. I'm not opposed to a reboot in the digital world as instead of like a living computer, and I like the idea of exploring that aspect of it. Mm-hmm. But name me one case where amnesia was an engaging story plot. And it's especially in this scenario, like I feel like we're talking about why was the reboot. I can't think of a single reason other than all of the maudlin, and now they have amnesia, and what are they gonna do?
The only reason that I can think of is whoever our baddie is. So we see that it's Jedi. It's clearly not Jedi,
or corrupted Jedi.
Corrupted Jedi.
Yeah.
Which I am actually kind of a fan of. I like that idea. Mm-hmm. Talk more about that later.
We'll talk, yeah.
So for whoever our baddie is, if his intent is to do something very catastrophic to the digital world, his main opposition is going to be the chosen children. Mm-hmm. If you have to restart them from the beginning in order to get to Ultimate, because it took a really long time to get them there. Yeah. So, because they have to build that bond all over again. That's the thing about Digimon. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorite things about Digimon is that they are connected. Like, they give each other strength. And through their strength, they grow and evolve. And now they have to start that all over again. Okay. It gives whoever the baddie is a huge upper hand in terms of power. I still hate it, but it's the only, and they're clearly, so I did read some of the comments on our last video, and I feel really dumb that I didn't realize that was Hackmon. I know that Hackmon shows up in, I believe, a series that I haven't seen, and then also is in video games, and I haven't played many of the video games. I've only played through most of Cyber Sleuth. So he's part of the Royal Knights. They have had almost all of the Royal Knights, except for Dukemon, and I think there's like one or two other ones. So they're clearly doing some sort of storyline with the Royal Knights. Hackmon he wants to be a Royal Knight in other canons, but it seems like they're doing something with that, because we've had Alphamon, who I'm actually not convinced that he's a bad guy at this point. Mm-hmm. And we've had Omegamon, we've had Imperial Dramon, we had Jessmon.
Who's Jessmon?
Jessmon is the one that Hackmon evolved into.
Oh, okay.
So he was, and it looked like him and Alphamon were sparring, not fighting. That was my take on it when they get to the digital world. So I feel like, but, and I mean, they asked the question right there too, is like, why are these ultimate level Digimon here when there was supposed to be a reboot? Mm-hmm. So obviously it was very selective reboot, which then you actually have to wonder if it was a selective reboot just for their Digimon. Because we didn't see any other Digimon either.
That is a very good point, and just this theory just now has actually made me love this idea now. Because just like you said, like severing that bond would be the perfect thing for a villain to do. And, since we clearly see that Maki is working with corrupted Jedi or bad Jedi, she was the one who brought up the reboot in the real world. Mm-hmm. Who's to say that you know, she was trying. She came across like she was trying to warn the kids.
Yeah.
But it's possible that she was the not the mastermind, but she's orchestrating it.
She's been clearly holding stuff back.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess what I'm saying is like the reboot. She made it sound like it was something that they couldn't avoid, but what if she put it into motion?
In specific, the reboot. Yeah. So. Yeah, that's the only logical explanation that I can give to it.
It's a very good one.
Yeah, and it's making me hate it a little bit less too, but it still just isn't answering questions. So, but I think that's the only way they can make it work.
Yeah, so, I love that. It's perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, okay. Well, I totally derailed myself on that one because I wasn't expecting to make sense out of that. So
yeah, it makes perfect sense, and like headcanon accepted for me until it's true. You know, otherwise, and if they don't do that, what's wrong with them?
Yeah.
But